Hey there, and thanks for coming back to Narrator Uncensored. I am Allie Anthony. I am an audiobook narrator, and today, first things first, before you get started recording and finding scripts and all that good stuff, you need stuff. So I thought, why not start with the studio? In fact, I'm in my studio right now. I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough of what my personal studio looks like. But before we get to that, what do you need in your studio? Well, that is an excellent question, and it's different for everyone else. I'm going to say right off the bat, for me, I need comfort. When I first started, I was in a very tiny space in our closet. It was the main closet in our house. It was centrally located, so I had all the walls around it. So it really insulated and was great for sound. We put cushions in the entire closet, and the clothes absorbed most of the bouncing off audio. What am I trying to say? And it was good, but it was really small, and I felt very cramped and very uncomfortable. I will show you a picture at the end of the video of what the original studio looked like. And so one day, my husband and I were just chatting, and we thought, you know what? Why don't we take the master closet wall unit out of the closet and turn it into your studio? And I was like, babe, let's do it. So in the closet, you'll see I have hanging on the walls and the ceiling everywhere is moving blankets. Those are great because they absorb sound, and anything that bounces off anywhere, it really absorbs it nice, and it doesn't give it that tin sound. Sometimes when you listen back to your recordings, it can sound bad. That's because you don't have a great soundproofing area. Now, is it 100% soundproof? No, I really don't think anything is, but you want to make it as close to soundproof as you can so that you're not hearing any outside noise like the dishwasher, the dryer going, the TV, a fan. I'm in Florida, so we have a little dehumidifier. You don't want to hear that. The rain, the lawnmower. These are things that you're still going to hear because life happens. But when I come into my studio, I turn everything in the house off, including the air condition. Yes, sometimes that's not fun, especially here in Florida when it's extra hot and humid. But, you just get through it and you take breaks and you do what you got to do. So, that being said, let's take a look at the studio, and I'll come back after you and explain to what everything is, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so as I said, this is was the master bedroom closet, and we had the wall units that started here and went all the way around. Just have a little rack for my purse left. So I come in, close the door, and it's very quiet. Then I draw back the curtain, and this is my studio. And then I walk in and I close the blanket, and let's show you some more stuff. Okay, here's a better view. When I sit down, this is what I see. So I've got, of course, I always have to have something to drink. Narrator's best friend, multiple chapsticks, so your lips don't smack and they stay nice and moist. But this is the actual recording. Those are the sound waves. That's my narration. And then this is my script. I have teleprompter, but this one isn't on teleprompter right now. And that's what I'm reading from today. And then I just have my iPad that I do a lot of Zooms on and have other apps on there as well. And then I have my keyboard. Also have my mic, which is great because it's up here, but I can just grab the cage and pull it closer to where I need it to be so I can narrate and be able to have my mic. And if I want to sit up tall one day, I can put it up higher. I like having it adjustable. So that's pretty cool. And I have to have a candle of the season. So this smells like, apple pumpkin Thanksgiving. I've got my pens and earphones, and then I've got my calendar, and I keep a schedule of books that I have due, things that are coming up, and deadlines that I need to meet. And that's that. Then I have my live sign in pink. And if I spin around in my chair, don't get dizzy, y'all. Side, this is my back wall. More little lights, twinkly lights. And then my other side wall. And then the front wall. If you take a look up at the top ceiling, it is also covered in moving blankets to keep it as soundproof as possible. And this is my little setup. I love it. It makes me feel super comfortable and cozy, and I could stay in here for hours that I do and record. Fantastic. Let's head back out. Okay, we're back. hope you like what my studio looked like. I made it personalized just for me, and that's what you need to do for you. Whether you're in a closet, in a area that's blanketed off, whatever space that you have, make it comfortable for yourself. You're going to be spending, well, for me, 5 to 6 hours a day in there recording. So you want to be comfortable. You want to like it. And I don't stand, I sit, because I have bad knees, which are being replaced next week. Well, one is. And I need to sit down for my comfort and for my back. So that's good. You know, when you get to a certain age, sometimes you need a little chair. But if you're young in your 20s and 30s, you can certainly stand up. That being said, let's talk about what you just saw. So, okay, we saw the blankets hanging on the wall. You saw my little sparkly lights and little decoration, you know. And what you saw, those squiggly lines, as I said, that's my actual voice recording. When I narrate, it goes into the computer and it goes in there and it records it. I'm on an app. The app that I am using is, this is a good question. It's Adobe Audition. Sorry. Lost my mind for a moment. Adobe Audition is amazing for me. There's others out there. For me, I like this. It records the way that I like it. I use something called punch and roll. If I screw up, and you'll see it when I record a book that I'm doing, if I screw up, I can stop it. It goes back for 5 seconds and I can record over it and move forward, because I screw up a lot. I think everybody does. I might maybe just a little bit more than the average person, but that it just is what it is. But punch and roll allows you to go back, fix it right then and there, and move on. Some people use a clicker and they just mark where they've screwed up, and then they just keep going on and then come back later and edit it out. One thing I'm very blessed for is that when I'm done with this recording, I don't edit it. I just ship it out to my editor and he does everything. I'm very blessed because the editor is my husband. So he's very, very good at what he does. And we hired a sound engineer and got all the information on exactly what we needed. And so he does that for me. Now, let me say, you don't have to do that. You don't need to have your editor. You can absolutely do it yourself. And everyone that I know pretty much does. Unless you're doing a duet or something, I think you can send that back to the publisher and they edit and things happen there. Not 100% sure because I haven't done a duet yet. That's another video coming up. But I don't have to edit my stuff, thankfully. So I have the advantage of just recording. So as said in early videos, I have almost 20 books under my belt in 6 months. It's because I can just record and get stuff done, and I don't have to worry about the technical side of it. I'm not a very good technical person, so that is why I don't do it. So thankfully, I have someone that does it, but you don't. You can absolutely learn how to do it yourself, and I could definitely guide you in the right direction. Okay, then you saw my script. Sometimes I have the teleprompter that rolls as I read. It actually listens to my voice and it will scroll as I go. This one script I'm looking at right now, I'm not using the teleprompt for. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I'm in the middle of highlighting my characters right now, so I'm not using that. Once I get that all set, then I can go ahead and upload it to the teleprompter, and it will read as I read. It will scroll as I read, rather. And then you saw my laptop. I do a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of meetings on there, and I just have a lot of different apps that I can use that help me throughout my recording. Sometimes I hop on my ACX, which we're going to do another video on ACX, which is where you can go to find scripts and books and things that authors are seeking narrators for. So let's see, am I forgetting out anything? I've got my mic. The mic that I use that I love is my Rode. Once again, mics are kind of important because you want your sound to sound, well, good. You want it to be clear, no static. There's kind of a lot. I know that's an oxymoron, but it's kind of stuff. It's very, very important, but you don't need to spend like thousands of dollars on your mic. So that's something that we can chat about later. So moving my mic back, but let's see, what else? Well, I believe that covers enough for today's episode. As you can see, I am all ready to start recording and get into my 8-book series that I'm doing. It has been awesome, and we will talk about that more in an upcoming video. But thank you for stopping by. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell so that you know when my next video is posted. We're going to talk about some more fun stuff coming up. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will do my best to answer each and every one. Next week's surgery week, but I'm still going to be posting, so stay tuned, and I'll see you then. Thank you again for stopping by to Narrator Uncensored.